185.3
सर आप स्टे विद मी, सर स्टे विद मी। 185.3 में
187
जी बिल्कुल 185 सर 185.3 में आप देखेंगे योर लॉर्डशिप्स हैव हेल्ड 184.3 इज इंक्लूडेड योर लॉर्डशिप। अब आने देना मुझे, लाने दे जजमेंट्स। सर जजमेंट्स पेश करने दें मुझे, आपकी जजमेंट्स हैं, फुल कोर्ट की जजमेंट्स है। लेट मी कम टू दैट।
उसके लिए कम से कम पहले नोटिस और
सर मुझे आने देना, सर आने दें। सर खुर्शीद भिंडर का केस है, सब चीजें नोटिस, किसको पार्टी होना चाहिए, आर्टिकल 225 का स्कोप क्या है, 209 का स्कोप क्या है, क्या ये प्रोसीडिंग्स हैं इन द नेचर ऑफ को वारंट टू, ये सब सवाल जवाब हैं इनके मौजूद। लेट मी कम टू ईच वन ऑफ देम। मैंने सब ये चीजें नोट की हुई है। हैज आर्टिकल 225 बीन वायलेटेड? Should a quo warranto proceeding been initiated? Who should have been a petitioner? What should have been the prayer? I will deal with each one of these issues.
चैलेंज ही नहीं हुई हमारे पास यहाँ।
आप सुन लीजिए मुझे, what is the prayer that needs to be made before the court? ये सब चीजें मैं आपके सामने पेश करूंगा सर। This is a wealth of jurisprudence now।
मैं थोड़ा सा आसान कर लूँ आपके लिए। The petition was filed under Article 199 before the High Court. Whether High Court exercised their jurisdiction or not, हमारे सामने 185 में हमने ये भी तो देखना था।
जी देखिए, मैं सर
whether the High Court exercised its
jurisdiction, it did not fully exercise its jurisdiction that it should have.
Don't do 184.
Sir, it should have exercised a greater jurisdiction than it did. I have before me a landmark judgment authored by my Lord Justice Kakad in the Balochistan High Court on the scope of Article 199, in particular 1C. 1C is a provision that is so often ignored. There are only two major judgments on 199 1C, one by my Lord Justice Kakad and the other by Sarmad Usmani Saab and Sabiuddin Saab in HRCP versus Government of Pakistan, which is 2009 Supreme Court. Now these two judgments have held that under Article 199 1C, the jurisdiction of the High Court is vast. I'll come to how vast. And then this court has held that when an appeal comes from the constitutional jurisdiction of a High Court under 199 to the Supreme Court under 185.3, the Supreme Court exercises not only the entire expanse of the Article 199 jurisdiction, but on top of that, the Supreme Court also exercises 184.3 and 187. मैं case law आपके सामने रखूंगा. Therefore, when a matter comes in 185.3 to the Supreme Court is not hampered by any technical restraint, any procedural restraint. The Supreme Court can rely on 184.3 and the Supreme Court can rely on 187. What is the scope of 187? Usme bhi main aunga, ek lame mein. So kindly allow me to place this entire body of law, which is there in this judgment. It is there, kindly see the footnotes. So this judgment of the majority and the judgment authored by Justices Isa and Mandokhel, they have relied on this entire body of case law to say that there was a constitutional deviation in the conduct of these elections and in the declaration of the affiliations of the returned candidates, which has to be corrected. So there are two levels of correction that have come about. One is the level of correction adopted by my Lord Justice Mandokhel and Justice Faiz Isa as he then was, and the other is the slightly more expansive level of correction adopted by the 8-member majority. But both in theory, in principle, have done the same thing. They have both recognized the deviation and they have tried to cure the effects of that deviation. So that is why I go back to this jurisprudence, which I call the curative jurisprudence of the Supreme Court of Pakistan. This jurisprudence has been invoked and applied by this court on numerous occasions, but I will be relying primarily on the Sindh High Court bar judgment of 2009, which is PLD 2009, Supreme Court 789. Then its further elaboration in Khurshid Bhinder's case, which is PLD 2010, Supreme Court 483. I will also be relying, these are pillars of our jurisprudence. There are numerous other judgments which have drawn inspiration from these seminal landmark judgments. So I will stay in the first instance with the seminal pillars of our jurisprudence. There is the case of Pir Sabir Shah, PLD 95, Supreme Court 66. These three cases I will submit cover an entire expanse of jurisprudence which is relevant to this case and which the majority as well as the two-member judgment or the two-judge judgment of Justices Mandokhel and Faiz Isa has adopted. There is not one word which goes beyond the expanse, the scope of what has been laid down in these judgments, and I will show that. No deviation, in fact, in the timelines laid down by the Constitution has been ordered. So reference to Article 254, I say with great respect, is irrelevant. Which constitutional timeline has been altered by the 8-member judgment? None. The 8-member judgment has not said you shall now join some party. That limit is 3 days after the election. They've said, no, you will be recognized as always having been PTI, and then the Election Commission will grant reserved seats based on that recognition. So this
all were declared members of PTI, or some were declared
39 straight away, and for the remaining 41, which your lordship has not recognized, but the 8-member has, all they've done is
41 option was given to them.
41 ko ye kaha gaya. Now these are 41 who had joined the SIC on the instructions of the chairman of the party. That instruction was issued, they had complied with that instruction, they had joined SIC, their names were contained in the lists of candidates issued by PTI much before the election on the 20th of January. So these are people like Ali Muhammad Khan sitting here, people like Shehryar Afridi, some of our most prominent members, known to everybody, and I'll come to that also, what judicial notice can be taken of well-known facts. So Ali Muhammad Khan is one of the 41. Shehryar Afridi is one of the 41.
We know Hamid Raza was also chairman of SIC. This is his prerogative. He can contest election independently, or he can contest an election
I'll submit.
from any other party or from his own party. So they opted to contest election independently.
They did not opt, sir.
उन्होंने लिखा है nomination paper में लिखा है.
13 confusion पैदा हो गई थी 22 दिसंबर की.
उन्होंने तो आज तक नहीं कहा. अजमत खान आज भी बैठे, उन्होंने नहीं कहा कि confusion.
You can take judicial notice of this, sir.
इन्होंने नहीं कहा, हम कैसे
मैं अर्ज करता हूँ, मैं उस पे आता हूँ. ठीक है सर, यही फर्क है ना आप में और 8 मेंबर में. This is the point of distinction. So I'll come to that. I'll address that. I respect my lord's view, but I submit this is the only point of distinction. The 8-member majority has taken note of certain events which your lordships have held, can be taken note of.
So there must be some material for
yes,
them.
And I will show what that material was. मैं आपको दिखाऊंगा ना.
Material पे सब
जी मैं दिखाऊंगा क्या material था.
केस का सब्जेक्ट मैटर नहीं था.
है सर, है. सर मुझे आप एक्सप्लेन करने देना, हुआ क्या है सर.
राजा साहब, you know the law कि what evidence can be
जी वो आती है, उस पे भी आएंगे जी बिल्कुल.
कोई रिकॉर्ड वैसे आ जाए, कोई मांग
सर उस पे भी आती है ना सर, आती है, अभी आती है उस पे भी. Your lordships have laid down.
No admitted position was before the court.
Your lordships have laid down what is the material that can be taken into account. मैं अभी उस पे भी आ रहा हूँ. So these are important questions. What material can be taken into account by the High Court or the Supreme Court when exercising constitutional jurisdiction? मैं उस पे आऊँगा अभी. बिल्कुल उस पे बड़ा वाज़े केस लॉ है.
उसके लिए तो पहले उस शख्स को आना होगा जो ये
जरूरी नहीं है ना सर.
जरूरी है. वो ये कहेगा कि जनाब मैं मजबूर था, मुझ पे गन पॉइंट से मुझसे लिया गया, या कोई और वजह थी, वो आके कहेगा, then his statement will be supported by.
पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है ये 8 मेंबर का थोड़ा इससे मुख्तलिफ था. मैं अर्ज करता हूँ ना क्यों मुख्तलिफ था. I respect my lord's point of view, but the 8 members have taken a slightly different view. Not very different, but a slightly different. मैं एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ. आपका व्यू ये था कि वो खुद आते और एफिडेविट फाइल करते हमारे सामने,
सपोर्टेड डॉक्यूमेंट होता है.
आपका ये व्यू था. 8 मेंबर का व्यू इससे मुख्तलिफ था. मैं उस पे आऊंगा कि उनका व्यू क्या था.
माइनॉरिटी ये था कि जो उसे ज्वाइन कर सके वो अनडिस्प्यूटेड है. किसी ने आज तक उसको डिस्प्यूट आज तक इवन टिल टुडे नहीं किया कि दे ज्वाइन इंडिपेंडेंटली टू द SIC.
सर मैं अर्ज करता हूँ सर यही नहीं
कहीं पर नहीं
किया ना डिस्प्यूट. सर मुझे अर्ज करने दें. देखें आप बैठे हैं, यू आर sitting here to grant relief not to PTI but to the people of Pakistan. Sir, मुझे सुन लीजिए सर, मुझे अर्ज करने दें ना सर.
Sir, no, it is a decision under the constitution.
No sir, it is for the people
of the constitution.
सर ये तो आपका व्यू है ना. 8 member ने कहा है कि हम people of Pakistan.
That is under challenge.
So that is why we'll see whether that is a decision or a view that should be reviewed or can be reviewed.
ये बात बता दें कि
आपने भी ये कहा है, मंजूर खेल साहब ने भी रिलीफ people of Pakistan को दी.
देखिए इलेक्शन मैटर्स है जी, शुरू होते हैं नॉमिनेशन पेपर से. इज देयर एनी लॉ कि हम ये जो नॉमिनेशन पेपर है उसको हम एक्सेप्ट ना करें? क्या रीजन है? व्हाई शुड वी शुड नॉट एक्सेप्ट? यही तो हमने कहा है कि हमें
मुझे अर्ज करने देना.
नॉमिनेशन पेपर एज इट इज एक्सेप्ट करने हैं.
सर अगर तो सिचुएशन नॉर्मल होती, ये सिचुएशन ना पैदा हुई होती, दैट इज व्हाई आई एम सेइंग this is a novel situation. Never before in the history of Pakistan was this explanation to Rule 94 or something similar to it invoked in order to de-recognize a political party. ये चीज foundational है to this case.